Hello, it's Jimmy here already. So I've got a couple of cars here, but obviously this one is a Citroen Picasso, whatever. We're going to do an off-car clean on this and I'll show you why. Okay, so 2 years ago I done an on-car clean on this, but he does a lot of town driving, the car does a lot of idling around, and so basically, now he's just told me he's had someone else do a DPF clean 2 or 3 days ago, but it lasted about 50 miles or so, and then the light came back on. So here's what we're looking at. So I'm looking at live data, alright, so this is where we are. So the average distance between the regions is 186 kilometers. If you put that into, can we change that to miles? So it's 115 miles basically. Someone's told that it's had a new DPF 500 miles ago, I can see there. And then obviously we've got 32 millibars of pressure. And the reason why I know it needs an off-car clean is it's had an on-car clean. And he's cheated on me and went to someone else for that. But what we've got here is the distance between the last regen is only 10 miles ago, and it's still got 32 millibars. So because of that, because I know it's just freshly done a regen, so it's not blocked because there's a fault elsewhere or something like that. It's blocked because it's already done a regen, but the pressure isn't coming down. So we've got two scenarios here. One is that the DPF is damaged, or one is that it's just full of ash. So we're going to need to remove the DPF to check what's going on. I'll go back and show you the fault codes here. I wasn't going to make a video on it, but obviously now that I know what's going on, I thought, because it's a little bit different than what I normally do, we can normally just clean them on the car, but this one is not going to be the case. So this is the fault codes that we've got: P2463 and a P246C. Obviously the description for that is particulate filter detected overloaded, particulate filter detected clogged. So we've got those two codes. So that's how normally now someone would say, oh well, let's try cleaning it again, or let's put a new DPF on it. But if you go to the data stream, obviously exhaust number 2 there, it just shows you exactly what's going on. A bit of a delay there, right? So we can tell just by looking at that information that we've got here that an on-car clean isn't going to work, and we're going to need to get the DPF off. Now most of these type of cars have got a catalyst and a DPF all built into one there on here, but this one's a little bit different. This one's actually got the DPF just over underneath the car there, where the torch is. So we're going to remove it from here and get it all off. Okay, so while he's removing the clamps on that, we've also got another DPF here. This one is from a Seat Alambra or Volkswagen Charan. So the 2 litre TDI DPF. Okay, so with this one I need to figure out a way. Alright, we've got 3 different exits, 3 different holes. I need to figure out how I'm going to block 3 holes at once. Right, so this is the inlet. You can see it's all sooty, and here's the exit. Right, so you can see by looking at here, this side of the DPF is clean, and we've not got any soot there. So we know the DPF's not broken. It's full of ash. It's come off a car what 250,000 miles. It's a taxi, so we're gonna have to back flush it and see if we can get it clean. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put this in here, and we've just cable tied a rubber glove over that just to try and minimise any sort of leakage coming from here. What I want to do is the pressure to go in here and back out here, so we're flushing it in reverse. So this is where it would normally exit from, so we're pushing it back. So we want the soot to come out from where it came from basically. Right, so now I've capped that off with this. We probably are still going to get a little bit of leakage from there. We're trying to minimise it. Now we're going to connect the flush in to this end. Okay, so we're going to pressurise the water tank, and we can release that into the DPF. This is the DCS16 machine from Carbon Clean. I'll put the link in the video where you can buy this actual machine here. Right, we've got water coming out, so now we're gonna hit. We've got the pressure built up. We're gonna hit it with a clean. Like I said, I knew we were gonna lose a little bit of water there. As long as we're getting it come out. Right, we'll give it a few blasts. This one. See all the grey sort of ash there coming out. This one we've got to take different measures on it. I'm sort of holding this to block the extra. We've got an extra port here. See one going in, exit, but this is where the EGR cooler fits. And I haven't got anything that can block it, so we're just using that basically, pressed hard against it. starting to come out clear now. See the bits of ash down there. The grey colour, this one. It's the sort of stuff that comes out there if we sort of pour it. See, that's the stuff. It's like the sand at the bottom. That's the stuff that causes the blockage. That's the stuff that we need to clean out. Right, so after about maybe 6 or 7 flushes, I think we're going to be as clear as we can get there. Okay, that's the face now of the DPF. This is where the EGR cooler goes on. And then we have, obviously, the front there. I can go back. Yeah. Okay, so that one's going on its way. That's for a trade customer. He's a mechanic. He's just brought it over in the boot of the car. Obviously, we put it on the back of the van there and just cleaned it out. So, like I said, we've got now two off-car cleans to do today. We don't do a lot of off-car cleans, but we've got 2 to do today. But now we've next got this Citroen. Should have that off in a few minutes. Okay, we've got the DPF off the Citroen C4 Picasso. Got it in the back of the van here. Here we are. So this is what this one looks like. A lot more straightforward. It's just one inlet, one outlet. Just swap that back around, because what I've just done there, out of working a little bit too quickly, is I've put it on the wrong way around. So we want to. That's the front of the DPF, and we want to flush it in reverse. So back out that way. This end is the clean end of the DPF, so the soot needs to go back where it came from. Basically, that's the end of the. That would be fitted up to the turbo flexi pipe. Okay, so we've got the water pumped in, pressurized. Now once I see the water has filled up and it sort of starts to drip out of air, then we can give it a blast of air. So a mixture of air and water, and we'll hopefully see a lot of ash coming out. Okay, now we're going to blast it out. Look at the ash that's come out of that. All these Peugeots that seem to give off this ash. If I was to guess why there's such an amount of that, probably from the Eli's fluid, I would say. So you don't usually see that, but that's same type of ash from different DPFs. Only these Citroen and Peugeots. Okay, we're going to do it again. Comes down here into the bucket. Look. So you can tell that the car has had a DPF clean, because you can see there's not much soot, but mainly all of this ash. Looks like sort of sand. You can see that the water is just kind of clear water with ash in it. Ready? Still quite a dark colour. So we'll hit it 2 or 3 more times. You can see it's starting to clear, but not perfect yet. Hit it again. And again. Starting to run out clear now. Okay, now we can get this off, have it fitted back to the car. Okay, that's the DPF all fitted now back onto the car. Okay, now this is where we come back in and do our magic with the launch tab 3, Euro tab 3 this is. So we're going to go into Intelligent Diagnose, Automotive. Okay, now that we're in here, we need to slide down and look for the ECM, go in there. Okay, so now we need to tell the vehicle that the DPF has been cleaned or replaced. The only way to do that is by telling it to replace. You can't actually tell it it's been cleaned. So you'd go in here and you go to replacement of the particulate filter. Oh, need to start the engine. Switch off the ignition. Switch it on again. Start the ignition and let it run for 1 minute. So this is now just testing the actual pressure reading, that make sure that it is what you're saying, that it's the DPF is actually in there, and it's just registering it into the ECU. Now next step is to switch off the ignition and we wait again. Okay, now that's done. We're going to reset the fault codes. Well, they are already reset. Okay, so that's done. Now we can go back to our data streams, exhaust line information 2, and we'll select all of that. We'll start the engine up. Okay, now all of this has been reset, as you can see. So, right, we still have 93 millibars of pressure, but obviously the DPF is wet, so if we hold the revs now for a minute or two, it should get the DPF to dry out, and then that pressure will come down. So we just hold the revs up at, say, 3000 RPM, just for 2-3 minutes. Okay, so the DPF at the 3000 RPM has come down to 32 millibars. Let's let the revs settle down, and then we'll check the actual DPF pressure now, which is 3 millibars, which is absolutely perfect. 2 to 3 millibars like a brand new DPF. That is exactly where we want it to be. So maximum we're looking at there is a maximum of 6 millibars, and we have it just where we want it to be. So that's 2 successful off-car DPF cleans that we've done today. I would like to do more of this, to be honest. My ideal situation would be if I could just have garages bring me their DPFs, and I just clean them and give them back, and clean them and give them back. It's a nice fast turnaround of work, and it's a lot easier for me if they're already removed. So the other guy did have one removed. This car, of course, we've had to remove it ourselves, but it's not the most difficult car in the world to do it on. These are pretty simple, these Citroens. Well, this particular one it's fitted under the car. Some of them have got it up the front, a little bit more involved, but still not a massive job. Then obviously we just check that all the fault codes are still clear, which they are. Just give it a recode. Oh, turbo actuator 2 open. We'll just give that a reset. That's not what we're here for anyway. I don't know why that's come up, but we'll clear that fault code. Maybe it's got confused there. So that is our DPF cleaning machine there. This is fitted in the back of the Renault Master that we've got. That's the DCS 16, and that just goes in the back of that van. So that's it, we're all finished on that one, and I'll see you on our next video.